homeowners' rights, I think, will come more slowly to judges at the federal level. And I think the case laws prove that. Like Washington State, we've had a lot of good law. 4 or 5 decisions are all coming down in favor of the homeowner. And that's why I think right now we're in a period like the Warren Court for criminal defense at the U.S. Supreme Court level in the 50s and 60s. Or Miranda, your right to a lawyer, all those criminal defendant rights we take for granted came down, were created, if you will, or came into being. And I think similarly, it'll be state by state perhaps, but like in Washington State, under Chief Justice Madsen, Barbara Madsen is the Chief Justice here in the Washington State Supreme Court, decisions like Bain, Walker, and Clem have been really good decisions for the homeowner, comparable to Miranda, Gideon, and some of those other cases that gave us rights.
I would concur. I think in terms of another jurist we left out is Brandeis, and I think there's a lot of room for Brandeis briefs here in this area, and I think I look forward to working with you on those as well.
You don't have to let the banks decide what's in the best interest of you. What you can do is you can figure out what makes the most sense for you, and then you can just take it.
Yeah, we have an attorney network so that if it starts to get a little messy, we can call in the attorneys at any point. And we do have a la carte services, like letters and whatnot, that we have attorneys available to draft in the event that we need those.
Right, so you help people marshal their resources to prepare for the war, be it mediation or full-on litigation.
Well, I feel like we sort of give people a quiver full of arrows, and when the time is appropriate for the given arrow, we pull it out.
You are about to hear from our in-house Washington licensed attorney, Jeff Jarrett. Attorney Jarrett complements our team in providing research, review, and application in all facets of our business.
Foreclosure defense is where it's at. Homeowners need some help, and I'm here to do it. I'm Jeff Jarrett here in Arlington, Washington. I've become affiliated with Financial Revival Group, Inc., and Howard Bono and his outfit, and so I share office space up here a couple days a week. I'm a practicing lawyer. I've been practicing for 20 years. My office is in downtown Kirkland, in a home office. I went to college at Harvard University back in Boston. I majored in philosophy back in the Reagan 80s. And I went to law school in San Francisco at the University of California Hastings College of Law. I graduated from law school in 1994. I've been doing criminal defense and family law for about 20 years. Recently, I've expanded my practice into foreclosure defense.
Having practiced criminal defense law, I appreciate Attorney Jarrett's forthcoming observations regarding the similarities between the development of decisional law in that discipline and those of the burgeoning area in foreclosure law. Now, however, frankly, it's our goal to reach accord and satisfaction between the banks and our members during mediation, or even earlier with financial planning or during meet and confer sessions with the bank, well before any sort of actual lawsuit is contemplated. But in the rare instance where litigation is necessary, we are prepared to go forward.
In criminal defense, for example, when the police do something wrong, your defense attorney suppresses evidence, the police don't check your mouth before they make you blow, they do things wrong, and you can use those things in criminal defense to your advantage, but mostly you use what the government did wrong. It may not be to dismiss the case and you're innocent, it may just be to leverage a plea bargain, to use what the other side does wrong, not necessarily to get the 100% victory, but to get a plea bargain you can live with, a settlement. I think there's a similar thing with foreclosure defense. Yes, the banks did A through Z wrong. Robo-signing, bad assignments, no standing, wrongful beneficiary, other shenanigans. Shenanigan A through Z. Okay, does that mean you get a free house? Most likely not. But you can use it as leverage to get a good mod. Similar concept with criminal defense.
Yes, and those mods, they're allegedly obligated to work on those mods with you pursuant to HAMP and other federal programs and state programs.
Right. And HAMP, the argument can be made, those mere guidelines are the effect of law because the banks, in signing up for HAMP and in receiving any money, they agree to those things. So the other side can say, oh, they're just regulations, but they have the force of law because the banks have bound themselves to that. Again, that's contract law. But back to my other point about winning it all or just taking a plea bargain or a settlement. And that's what lawyers do. A lot of people think it's schizophrenic. We can prepare for war, prepare for trial, but at the same time negotiate and try and get a modification or a plea bargain. And I think a lot of lay people have trouble understanding that. What? You're preparing for war, but you're having peace talks at the same time? Yes. That's what lawyers do. And So I think it's generally the future is bright for homeowners. Federal court is still a dark area, but the law is turning. Like the Warren Court of the 60s, homeowners are getting rights. Judges are coming around to recognizing that banks have pulled a lot of shenanigans. Because homeowners need a lot of help. The banks have fleets of lawyers, but we have the moral high ground.
Terrific. We're glad to have you here, and I look forward to working with you, sir.
Well, good show.
All right, Counselor. If you are underwater or facing potential foreclosure, you don't have time to waste. Contact us immediately at 425-259-2600. Again, 425-259-2600, so that we can get to work immediately, protecting you and your interests. The banks have people working around the clock to help them. It's about time you had someone on your side to help you.